Welcome back to this episode. So today I didn't want to make a video. I wasn't feeling really fine. I think I have like a burnout or something. I lately, most of the times I could be more hours, maybe about 10 or and above hours a day. So I really could so many hours. But I decided to come along because most people really um, depend on this video. So I was like, I'm just going to come and I see what I can do. But the energy today is so low. Okay, I don't know if I will manage to make this video or not, but let's try to see. So in today's episode, I would just want to really fetch the patients. Okay, so I'll just like go ahead and just bring this let me see this student doctor patients. I could probably just like bring this layout um and we use it. We have like patients, and then like here we have the list of patients, and then here we could just like, if you click in this, you go to a patient page or something. So I'm just going to go to let me first try to close everything. This might be the shortest video ever. I would, I would not. I don't feel like really doing much coding, but let me just try. So I'm just going to go to the doctor. So we have this point where we have the appointments. Okay, we have a number of things within this. Probably I'm just going to go ahead and copy everything, like this page, loading, layout, view. So these, I can just simply copy them and then go to a doctor and then like patients. So right now we have page which has nothing. I'm just going to remove it. And then I will just click again on patients and then try to paste this inside. Okay. So right now, if I go to page, I'm just having, this. If I go to patients, I should just see exactly the same thing here. Okay. So first of all, we have to I do a couple of things on this. So what I would want to show is, if you check in the layout, this is where we have, I guess, all this stuff. I'm just going to say this is the maybe the patient layout or something. Patient layout. I'm just going to go here. So we get the session user. And if you look at this, we have the user, and then we are getting appointments by this particular user. So right now we are in the doctor. So first of all, get the appointment. So this one is going to return a list of appointments, but specifically would want to get the patients from here. Okay. Now, one easy way would be, because we know for any of these, if you check any of these, they have like the names, they have email, and so on and so forth. So if we wanted, we could get the details of the patients from here. We would just get the patient from here, I guess. Okay. Um. So if you think about it, if for instance I just go ahead and I map through this, okay, the problem is that one person, if we did that, one person can make Uh, I think is also, yeah, I think it would save us, time. If for instance, I went ahead and I could sort of, because all the patients, they would have made an appointment, right? So they are joined, a patient and a doctor, they are joined between an appointment. If an appointment happens, then a user becomes a patient and then the doctor. So literally, a patient must at least have one appointment. That means that if we want all the appointments, because in the appointment, actually we have the patient ID. Okay. If we wanted to get the user details, we would go ahead, get all the patient IDs, send them in the database, and return back a list of users. Okay. Alternatively, what we could do, so what we could do here, the first a option we have, option one, we could just get, for instance, from maps through this, and then we abstract an array of patient IDs. So you could just have an array of patient IDs, just like this. Using this array, we could go ahead and remove duplicates. Okay, we could just remove duplicates. Okay, and then from there we could just also go ahead and fetch users with these IDs, with these IDs, something like this. That is the first one. The second approach will be, or option two, is just simply getting the appointments, and then from the appointments we actually abstract the information we want. We could just get the patient ID, we get the name, we have the name, we could also have the email, and probably that's the only thing we want. Maybe we could just also go ahead and based on these patient IDs, we could just go ahead and, remove duplicates. Okay. This one doesn't involve any further fetching. Okay, this doesn't involve further fetching. So I don't know of this method which one would serve us more better. I'm not so sure which one would serve us more better. But definitely the easy one maybe is option two. So because if I just said, for instance, const, so from these appointments, I just say, for instance, patients is equal to await. Okay, is equal to await. Not await. What am I awaiting? I already have appointments, so I just want to map through these appointments. So you could just say map, and then I simply access an appointment, and then I could simply actually return an object, for instance, where I have a patient ID equaling to appointment dot a maybe patient ID. I could also get the name equal to the appointment dot name. There is no name from the appointment. Maybe full name. There is no full name. Okay, we could just say appointment dot first name maybe. dot. Let's just look at what is available here. Okay, so we don't have the full name, but we have last name and first name. So you could just say first name, just like this. And if you wanted the full name, I think we can just simply create something like this. And then we put last name. Okay, we could also get maybe the email. Email is upload email. We just get also the phone number is appointment dot iPhone. Okay, I think that's like the most things you need from the person. Maybe we could also get the location, appointment dot location. I don't know if there is any other information that we would get from this. We could just go ahead and maybe look at it in here. But primarily, that's the information maybe we would want. Last name, maybe gender, occupation. Okay, so we have the gender and date of birth, I think. If you say here gender, then we have occupation. And finally, maybe we could just get date of birth. Okay. So if you check this, if for some reason, if I can just say go to the log, patients, just like this, I guess I should just be having like a list. Let me just see. Wait a second. Should just see a list here. Maybe just let me just click on something. Okay, let me refresh then. So I just want to get a back here. I think we just should have. I don't know if we just say consoling in a wrong place, but I don't know. Let me just go to patients. Okay, so fine, I think we have the list. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Okay, this is for the doctors. Okay, where is this coming from? Okay, the information is here. So you can see I have the patient ID and then I have these all the details for these patients. We don't have their images. I think we also have their images. I will just say image and let's just say upload. Let's see. As if they must be like kind of image or something. I don't know. I think it was just medical documents. We didn't capture the image. Okay. I swear. But we have here these stuff. So what I'm just looking for is if for some reason, for instance, one a person tries to make tries to make an appointment. He already have an appointment and then he makes another appointment. Okay. I think I wish we could, first of all, what we could also do is I'm just going to log out a bit. Okay. There is one thing we have to fix, and I don't know which, what can I log into with. Let me just get one of these people here. The last person who made was Annie Morrison. So let's just look for Annie Morrison. Okay, Annie Morrison. The email is this. Okay, now we could just go ahead and I will log out. I will try to log in as Annie Morrison. Now I'm not sure what we use it as the password. Okay. And if we just go to my appointments, we can check that Anna Morrison must at least have one appointment. Yeah. I want to go ahead and just click on new appointment. So you can see he gets a doctor. If he tries to click on a doctor, I think we should just in the future just I think open a new tab. I don't know. But this would take him to this. Let me just click. Would take him to the doctor's page. The good thing, it will not ask him to uh, it will not ask him to log in again because literally is logged in. So we shouldn't be requested to log in, something like that. Okay, so we are here. So let's say this she wants to make another person. Right now she's logged in. I'm just going to go ahead and book a date in front, like something like 29 Saturday, and then maybe 2 p.m. Maybe this time 5 p.m. So if you just click now book, So you see, we are not asked to log in because you're already logged in. The problem is for the email, you can see that the email, at least it has been filled in. So we want also these other details somehow to be, somehow to be filled in. Okay. We want some of these information to be filled in so that can be used. Okay. So this one, if you we check, I think this is pulling in from let me just try to go to that place where we have the doctor, and this is typically front end here, doctor detail. So we have here using this a session where we have the user. Okay, so the user is not giving us enough details. Okay, and so what we'll do is would also fetch the appointment. The problem is that if this person has ever made the appointment, at least we should be having some of her details. Okay, so would maybe just get an appointment using find first. Okay, and then we pass into this component. So before this component, I think I can just go to this. And then here, I just want to pass in one more thing. I'm just going to go ahead and I have to fetch appointment by patient ID. So here, I'm just going to say fetch appointment by patient ID. So just maybe do that. I think when I said that, it seems like we already have that thing. Update. This is update appointment, gate appointments, and this is finding appointments, just like all appointments. We want appointments by patient ID, gate patient appointments. So we have this, which actually returns back a list of all the appointments. So this can find the appointments. Maybe we could just use it. We could also use find fast to get us only one appointment. That would depend on us. Okay, we could just have another one which is gate appointment by patient ID. Okay, at least we just get like gate appointment by a patient ID. I'm not going to use this one because every time we have to get the first item, I don't like that. So I'm just going to say point by patient ID. And the only thing that is going to happen inside here is that we're just going to find first, I guess, find first. So this one returns the first one, and we don't need to have order by. It's going to be only one item, and we can just return the appointment. I'm just going to simply just like this. Now if there is no any appointment, for instance, we can just have a scenario of if just going to have here if no appointment. So here we can just have a possibility of finding a appointment. So at this point, we can just return null, I guess, return null. Otherwise, we just simply want to return the appointment. So we could just get tap into this, and this time we are just even like using the that we are aware of the patient at this point. Actually, the only thing we are using, obviously, is that we are just taking this. I'm just going to go here. I could just go ahead and find a user by getting the session here. So I could say something like const session is equal to await get server session, and then we could pass the options. Okay, this would give us a session from which we can get a user. So of course, at first, this would actually have no problem. We're only requesting the user to log in, because the first attempt you'll be asked to go ahead and log in. Wait a second. We still can't get a user. The problem, if we get a user from down there, it will be hard to fetch the details. We'll be forced to use the of which I'm not going to do. Um, so I'm just going to count on this one, and I'm just going to say const user is equal to user dot sorry, is going to be session dot user. Okay, so most of the times the session is not going to be there. It's going to be somehow null, but we can find the user. And then we can now go ahead and just say const appointment is equal to user dot okay, it's just like await get appointment by patient ID. So just going to have appointment by I have so many appointment by patient ID, and then just going to pass in user if these exist dot ID. Okay, now if you look at this, a string undefined. So the easy way is either to return null, because this one is going to be already having a. Alternatively, we could just go and say if we do everything, if there is a patient ID. So this function, like if, okay, if patient ID, and then it's when we just do anything. Okay, so that means that we could just say allow this to be string or undefined. Okay, so this one sort of this one, even if we pass in nothing, of which would have said also this, if the user is not there, we could pass nothing and it will not return anything. Then we could just get this appointment and then pass it in into this. I don't know why the doctor is always bring this. Uh, not that doctor did say the proper doctor profile are incompatible. I think the problem comes from here where we fetch this doctor. Okay. The doctor we are fetching here, let's see how we are fetching this. So we are finding first also, and then we are selecting this, and we're adding the profile, so on and so forth. I guess to my belief is that the problem is this side here, on the detail page, because we're giving this doctor to take in the doctor detail. If you check on the doctor detail, it has something like this. So the only way to, I think, to get behind this is just going to this method, here, or where is it? To this gate doctor by slag, this. So here where you have the return statement, return doctor, you could just say as doctor detail, as doctor detail, something like this, and this should just like take away that problem. Though we just have another problem now. They said a doctor details somewhere. What is the error here? And every time you get a chance, remove these. And I use things, they can really cause problems when it comes to deployment and making the app very slow. So every time I get a chance, just remove some of these things that are grayed out. Okay, so where is that one problem? I don't know where it is. I'm seeing one error here. Could just use this and do this. Okay, so it's saying data is not assignable type string. So you could just say by default, just give it empty like this. Okay, so it seems like now we have a clean slate. We are moving on nicely. So what I would just want to do is switching back terminal. So one thing I would want to do basically is getting this appointment, and if it exists, we want to pass it down to this doctor details, just like this. We want to pass in the appointment. Okay. So this appointment is, I think, the normal appointment. I'm not sure. But we could just come and also receive it here, and you can also give it types here. Appointment, I think it's just like appointment from Prisma client. I'm not so sure. So it can also be an undefined sort of, I guess. We could just say this could be undefined, and I think that's why it is complaining here that this could be like null. Most of the times could be just like null or something. So we could instead maybe do something like, could it be this or null sometimes when it doesn't exist, and now we still have a problem. Okay, just is the expected property appointment is declared here, blah blah. Could it be just like null or something? Anyways, we just have to get a way of getting to either get this to be what about not required? I'm not so sure. Appointment now how about undefined? But it is already defined, I guess. We already have this. Okay, so I'm just going to go down here. We shall handle that. So the only thing we just want to do is on would just want to try would want to do what do we want to do here on the default values. So would want to give some default values more so for instance for the name. Okay. um for the name, for instance, this email would also come from the appointment, would get the name. For instance, first name. There's first name, patient dot first name, not patient, but appointment dot, for instance, first name. So would get like first name, last name, date of birth, occupation, so many other things. The way we put them somewhere in the patient, somewhere in this side of the doctor or something. Let's go first name. So just go here and say last name. A DOB. Occupation. Okay, what it is? You could just go in the form and you look at these things. You have some things, I don't know. Let's first see some of these things in here. There is phone, email, gender. Phone, email, gender. Location, occupation. Okay. Just go ahead and let's fill in those ones. Just say phone. Okay. They'll be okay. We can just like leave this because it will be just like converted so on and so forth. By this, it is saying that it is not assignable to string. Maybe here by default, if we just going to put like new date, a new date, something like this. Occupation first, so we have location. I guess that's it. I don't know if I've added most of them. I guess gender, there is gender. Yeah, so just add gender, the last one. they can't fit in the rest of the things, I guess. So I'm just going to sort of like refresh. I don't know if you're just going to go ahead and just like fetch on the edited page. Uh, okay, we just back here. We book 29. Go on. Please select time. Thank you. We select the time and we move on. Okay. Some of the things worked. For instance, we have the first name, last name, phone number, email address. The date didn't manage to be there, but I think they can, choose the date of birth. I think the problem is that the date is in the normal format, not in this format. But for the date, I think we can just leave it. They can just like put the date. Okay, the date that comes back here is maybe different or something. Okay, so I'm just stripping out the date. They can maybe fill in the date of birth, but they just fill in anything here. Okay, and I could just go and you can just use this. Maybe we can just go ahead and just put something like this. So if I just go next, I feel like some details should also be there. So you can see like the location and occupation, they are already there. Now, here the reason for seeing the doctor is something that they should fill in new because this is a new appointment. So I think this is an improvement. So I'm just going to go ahead and still go ahead and create this appointment by the same person. Okay, so we could just go here and the what should I do? I just going to put here something having persistent menstruation, maybe something like this. Okay, I have no idea this spelling. Okay, I just say I'm having. Just going to say having maybe what I'm having issues with my mm, my sleeping, maybe my sleep. I whatever reason, I can't find a better reason, guys. So just go ahead and just like put any documents. And by the way, I think they should be able to submit without the documents. And I think you can see there is some already some documents, I guess. So I'm just going to go ahead, just try to submit this, and I see what happens. So save. Okay, so now if you see her, she is going to, use appointments. She has now two. You can still see Anne Morrison for seconds ago, Saturday, this, which is okay, pending. Now, what I just want is at least you see for her, she can just look at this. This is really cool. She can, I think, click on the a detailed page of this. Okay, yeah, that's okay. She's having the spending. Okay, what I just want to go is now log in as a doctor and I see because now the doctor should be having now duplicate because this is having the same ID. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. I'm going to go ahead and log out. I'm just going to log in as a doctor. I'm just going to say, what is the password here? Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and just like log in, just like this. If I just go back to the appointments, okay, so you see this 1 minute ago, Anne Morrison, and that's also this Anne Morrison. Okay, so if we had space, we could also put a reason like a subject. It's like a supposed to have a subject. We didn't capture that. Supposed to capture something like a subject of the appointment. Okay, so it's just like now to this. If we just go back to the other thing we did, if I just click on patience. So in this layout, we're having a console, if you remember very well. If you go back to the back and then go to where? To where we have patients layout here. You remember we were consulting these patients, getting them from here. But then we have one patient. Well, because we are getting them from the appointments. Okay, we are getting them from the appointments. So that means if a patient makes two appointments, you would count them twice. Okay, we don't want to do that, right? We don't want to do that. So if I just go back here to the console, I scroll up like this, scroll down. So we should just like see the list of patients. So let's just show you. So you have Annie Morrison, Annie Morrison. So you can see we have this patient who is actually like one patient but has a number of appointments. Okay, so what we would want to do is we have to remove the duplicates. But then how are we going to remove the duplicates? We have to base on the I think the ID. We have to base on the ID. Um, so the question is okay. Okay. We are just going to use I guess a very interesting stuff. If we just first we could first get const unique, you're just going to get unique patient IDs because that's the only thing that we are going to use to separate them to avoid duplicates. If you check here, you will see that they have this patient ID of 96A and then the patient ID of 96K. This one can't change. The patient can't change this. The patient can change all other things, but can't change the ID. So we have to base on the ID. One thing we could just say const unique patient IDs. We could just say an array, and we could spread this, and we say new set. We can just use a set, I think, of okay. We could first get the IDs. So we could just say const patient IDs. We say patient IDs. This is easy. We could just get the patients dot map, and then we have a patient, and then we could just go ahead and return something like return, and then we could just return the patient ID. So patient ID, okay, and then here just say it is page dot patient ID. So this one will just give us back the patient IDs, including the duplicates. Now here we could just remove them by passing the patient IDs like this. I think this should work. Um, we are creating an array by destructuring all the items in a set. Can only be dated through the down level iteration flag target wait new set patient IDs. Mm, I think I have somewhere I have something like this. I wanted to let me see. Mm, let's potentially see the approach. I'm just going to use ChatGPT. What approach would it take? Would it also take the approach I'm taking? Maybe feels like there is a lot of array methods. Can we find like an array method which can do that? So you're just going to say this here is I'm just going to give it this. So if you just look this const appointments here are my appointments. Okay. And if I just see how would I remove, okay, how would I remove, okay, how would I remove a, a duplicates from the above array based on the patient ID. I think wait, let's give it a context. So let's give it okay. So maybe I will just give. I'm just going to remove these, and I'm just going to give it maybe the whole context. Okay, just get this. I'm just going to give it. Here is my code. So from the above code, I'm trying to get patients from appointments, but I don't want to have duplicate patients because a patient can have uh, multiple appointments. How do I get patients without without duplication? I think to understand I think you should just understand. So, okay, it is using just how this is saying unique patient is first initiating a map. And so it's like for each, so is for each gets an appointment, and it says if if unique map has appointment dot patient ID, then unique patient dot set. So you can just say here and then setting this. This is like really cool. And then is like patient is generate an array from unique. This is cool. So it's saying a map object is used to store a unique patient key by their patient ID. So for each row, iterate over the appointments array. As method, check if the map already contains the patient ID. If don't, add the patient to the map. This is so cool. The set method, add the patient details to the map, and then the array.from converts the map values back to an array of patients. Like this is so dope. I don't have to do the long way. They did it in just one line. So like this is the how you learn with AI. You know, it is really nice. So now what we just need to do is just map through this. Let's try. So we have the we are getting the patients. I think from starting from here. So const unique patients map. So here we initialize a map, as you can see. So it's a new constructor, like, and then you can just now map this appointment dot for each, and then this one is very understandable. We access a single appointment. So the good thing is, in this you can check if unique patient map has app dot patient ID. You are checking if it already exists in this. If it doesn't, then okay, and you see this is not. So if it doesn't, they do this and they're neglecting the other part. And then after that, we can, I think, have the patients. What did I leave behind? So const patients, I think this is the part that we're waiting for. Let me just see. Patients is array from a unique patient. This is just put back into this. And just go ahead and console.log a patients. We just want to see this. Let me just go back. Um, okay, so just go ahead and just look at the patients now. So Anne Morrison, and you can see now is there one only one time, which is really really cool. Okay, so now we can just go ahead and only have the person only one time. So now we have to have this the panel. I'm just going to call this a patients. We are going to maintain the same panel somehow. And you're just going to say patients, actually patients. Okay, and maybe you're just going to pass in the users. Now we have to create another panel. We're just going to go to the list panel. Okay, because you see the list panel is specifically for this. Okay, I'm just going to duplicate the list panel. I'm just going to duplicate it. We're just going to have a patient maybe panel. Just like this. So this does not exist with double this. Who does this type of spellings? Okay. So here I'm just going to have instead of appointments, I'm going to have a patient. Okay, so how am I going to have the patients? Sorry. Okay, these patients we could just go ahead and just create, and right now they have a sort of um, wait, wait. Okay, so can we just create types for this? Can you add TypeScript? Can you add it in TypeScript just to to get the types? We have the appointment interface, which shouldn't worry. We just want to get the patient. Okay, this one is the most important, I guess. Okay, I'm just going to get a patient interface. We can export this. Okay. So at the end of the day, we could just have this, and let me just put this here. Export this, and I can just have like the patient props, patient props, and now here I could just say as patient props, just something like this. So now they are like this. So if we pass them, okay, we can just go ahead and just like pass these down to maybe the patient panel or something like patient panel or something like that. We will just like pass instead a patient's. I'm not sure if we just need the error, but for now, let's just leave it there. So you're just going to say a patient props, just like this, and just going to map through patients. Okay, so now everything changes. Here is dot patient ID. Okay, and then if all, I don't know, this is going to be typically, I think, user. Oh, going to be the doctor. Yeah, there is going to be, there is no need of the role here, I guess. Um, so it's going to be dashboard, doctor, something like that. Doctor, patients, patients, and then a view. Okay, that one is okay. And here just going to be like patient ID, something like that. Okay. And then if this path name is Dr. Patient's item dot patient ID. Okay. So here we just need this. If you check on this, it has patient props. So just to build out how this one is going to look like, the first name and last name. I don't know. These ones, I think we have them. Okay, we have the name. And then we're just going to have a different layout somehow. I'm just going to first comment some of these things. We have to rethink this of the information we want to show here. After the name, I would put the email. So here I'm just going to say email. And then here you could just say, okay, so these are in flex. What can I put? Location. So just gonna say location. Maybe map pin or something. I think you could like map pin or something. And then it's going to be location. Okay, then down here, lyrics. What is it saying like, oh, okay, we don't need to convert this. We don't. Okay, and then here just going to add another one, which is going to be like mail. And then I just want to say email. Well, we have other things like item.phone. And then we have this is going to be the status. I don't know what we can put there. We still have on status. What information do we have here? Okay, we still have the email gender. Okay, so if you just say, I think gender, we don't need this here. I'm just going to leave it with blue. If the status is pending, we are putting, what was this? Oh, no. So yeah, just not going to put this. We're just going to leave it that way. And yeah, we just need to show only one icon, maybe. For now, I'm just going to only put this icon and item dot gender. I know this is going to be messed up, but we can clean it up. Apparently, we have an error. Okay, this is how it turns up. We have The name, Animal Son, East California. This is their email, the phone number, and six. The six, maybe we just put the user icon. I'm not sure. Lucid. Gender. I don't know. We could just like put maybe user. Okay. You could just put just use male or female. So here's what's going to use here. Sort of check. Just going to use the user. And we have a lot of space down here. I'm not sure what should it be. But at least now you see you have three patients and then like this. Here it still shows appointments is just possibly because in this, I think that is in the page. It's not in the layout. It's not coming from the layout because in the layout we are okay. Okay, I think we have this now figured. So we have to, I think we have to now see what you're going to put on the view. Okay, first of all, on the page, we could do something like this. I'm not so sure if we have also, we are fetching a doctors. What are we doing on the page? Yeah, we are doing exactly the same thing. So I'm just going to paste here. Okay, these props from the layout. And then I'm just going to use the patient. So here I'm just going to say patients. Okay, so here it should just be like this. And maybe we should just like if he says for instance to make create a new patient or add new patient, let's because that would typically a doctor would want to do that. So what this means would be a doctor routing to his page, because that's why the appointments are really made. And to be weird because either he would create using his account or he will have to create an account for the user. Okay, but if he clicks on, let's first fix this. Patients. Okay, whether you can see we have three appointments were five, but we have three, so patients. Okay, so I'm just going to go and change, of course, these words. This would be near user. So where would we route to make this to make sense? It might not be that easy the way you think. Okay. For instance, if you want to just say to create a new patient or to add a new patient, I'm just going to first go back to the home page. Okay, so on the home page, I'm just going to scroll down to this, because a new patient means a new user. Okay, it means a new user. Maybe either we just take them to create an account for them, or we just come here and they have to make a meeting with them. So basically, would want to do something like this. Okay, so you would want to route to somewhere like this with that route to doctors on the front end. Then you pass in the slug. So how would we get a doctor slug? Okay, getting a doctor slug. What we know, we have a the doctor. The problem is that the slug is this slug generated? Oh, it is saved. Why do we get the slug? Let's first see. For a second. I'm just going to check somewhere in the doctor. I think it was like a doctor card or something. Sorry. We have like a doctor card. I would want to know where do we get the slug? Okay, so we have doctor.slug. Okay. Mm, who is the doctor? Like on the doctor? Just okay, so this is like the doctor we are fetching. If you fetch a doctor, how are we fetching this doctor? You can see the slug is actually on the doctor direct. Okay, we added the slug, doctor name, doctor slug, and so on and so forth. So where are we calling this doctor card? I'm just going to say go back to doctor. Maybe doctor list. So you see here we have a list of doctors. Have a list of doctors, and as well get these doctors, and we map and we pass in the doctor. Okay, and you can see on the doctor there is a slack. Do we have like, where are we getting this? Where are we having the doctors? Are we fetching like? Let me just go ahead. Like, this is how the app can be really big, and I don't even remember how we are getting doctors. Okay, so we get actually this. We actually have it direct. We have something which can get us doctors. Okay, this is great. If I'm just going to check on this, get doctors. What is it doing? Is getting only the users and then filter by error doctor. And the user actually, I think, has a Slack. Oh, okay, let's verify that. We just need to go and verify that on the schema. So in the schema, I'm just going to go ahead and check out the user. And yeah, the user has a Slack. This should be easy now. So going back to our panels, we have the patient panel. Okay, was this the point? Uh, I don't know. No, there is somewhere where at we're at a point of redirecting. So in this doctor patients page, okay, so we're here. So the good thing is we have a user, meaning that if you want, you just have to route to. So here I'm just going to say we can route to, for instance, the doctors. So let's just say if I just say like doctors, this will be, and then Slack. So we could just get a Slack by doing user. The user is there. So user dot. Okay, so which user is this? Okay. If this user coming from the session, we don't have the Slack. Okay, we don't have a Slack. If that is the case, if you have the user from the session, this user doesn't have a Slack. What we could do is we could fetch a user. I don't know, do we have that? Getting a user by ID or getting a single doctor by ID or something like that. So get doctor, we have get doctor by Slack, of which we cannot do so. Yeah, so you have get user by ID. Okay, yes, can just use this get user by ID. So going back to this layout, we can try that a get user by ID. Actually, it is on the page. So you could just have here get user const. So here you get the actual user is going to be equal to our weight get user by ID, and here you have to pass in the ID. We have to say user, and in fact, we could just get from the session. I have to say session dot user dot ID, and I can just take off this. Alternatively, if you think about it, we could just get that Slack. Okay. From the name, I'm just going to use that because the fetch would be a really big thing. We have generate Slack, the one we used here. We could just come here and say Slack instead. I'm just going to put this down here now. Actually, let me first go back to the other first one while we have a user. I'm going to say const Slack is equal to generate Slack. Okay, and we're just going to say, you're going to pass in the user dot name. I believe we're generating it from the name. and you could just say by default just give it empty string. This will just generate for us a slug, and we use this slug in this a doctor, and then you're just going to have slug. Okay. The same thing here. I'm just going to copy this. I just put this here. Okay. And this one now, it has taken, I think, the title, because this is still using new appointment a link. Okay, like this. And then this, it should just have, I guess, like something like, it should just have something like, patience. So to make that dynamic, we have to give it some more new things. We could just use, for instance, the title of whatever. We could just add this title here. And then, so just going to use this here. A dollar. uh, Just simply say title. And then here is also going to be title. Since it is a string, we just need to do something like this. A new and dollar title. For the link, we just leave it like that. So the only thing we just need to pass in extra is the title, which is going to be, for instance, in this case, like a patient. You just have to say patient. Now in this doctor appointments, you have to pass in this title is going to be appointments. Just go and say appointment. Let's see how this one looks like. You have three patients today, and then you have a new patient, and then if you see now, it's taking us to the right thing. Exactly. Okay, so you go through the same process, create a new patient by creating an appointment for them. That one is okay. We sort of like, have it harmonized. The only thing is if we click on animal son, what should happen? Okay, so if we just go to this side, I think we just need to get just a list. We're just going to, we could actually just have a list of appointments exactly the way they were. Yeah. Uh, I'm just going to go to the list panel. I copy everything, I guess. But we could first go to the views, patients, views. Yeah. So you get the patient ID, and now you would actually just get appointments. Okay, so here we need to get not just get this. We would want to get now appointments. Okay, and I would just use get a patient. I think get patient appointment, something like that. Get patient appointments. Yeah, and we pass in the ID. Okay, so literally what we're just going to do here is not showing these details, is to show the list. Okay, so I'm just going to go here, remove everything we have here, just like so. Just going to say appointments. Okay, we could just also send more details from this ID. Would get this the patients. Uh, I need to go to the list panel somewhere. I know why the doctors okay, we are still having this. I just want to go to get the list panel, control B, list panel. So whatever is on the list panel is what I want to have. I'm not sure if the scroll area is mm, I'm really not sure if a scroll area is required on this at this point. I think it doesn't. The only thing you just need to do is get this. Okay. I don't know how much space we have, but we could just make a grid of two. Just going to try it and see. So patient's view here, I'm just going to create down here a grid sort of dot grid call two. So grid call one, a MD grid call two. And this is a calls, not call, calls. Okay, sorry. Okay, then inside here, we're just going to do the map. So appointments dot map. Just first going to do this. Just going to say appointments. Oh, okay. This gives you have to do dot data, and then you can just say stroke empty. So now we can do the map, and then we have like an appointment, and then I'm just going to do something like this. Now, since it is an item, I'm just going to quickly make this just like this. Go ahead and just make this item, and let me return something like this. Okay, just going to return something like this. Just go ahead and just import some of these things like icons, like these functions, icon. We have a lot of things to import. The role, for so in this case, we already determined is going to be the doctor. So I'm just going to go straight to this a doctor. I can import CN Okay. You need a path name. I don't know. Because this will take you to a different layout altogether. So right now we don't need the path name. So I'm just going to remove this. Just going to leave no condition. Item dot first name, last name. Just bring in these icons. Just like this. Okay, then lastly, I'm just going to have this. Okay, and that seems peaceful. Let me just go and see. So basically, if I tap on this, let's see. Okay, loading, and you can see we have two appointments. Okay, you can see all of them. Annie Morrison, she has two appointments. I'm just going to put here. Seems like the spacing is not good. Or we could just give the gap of maybe 6 or 4. Let's see. Okay. And also this class name. I'm just going to give here a class name of padding of 4. This I'm just going to give it also a class name. I'm just going to give it border B and padding bottom of 3. And we can just give this appointments. I'm just going to create here a bracket which has like sort of appointment dot length. And of course, you could just go ahead and continue. Who is this? Um, appointment dot length. If you said this, you could first convert this to string, and then you could just say to pad start. So you just want them to be 2. So you say pad start 2 with 0. Okay, so now if we go back, should just have some nice spacings here. Okay, so you see, and let's have also margin bottom also of 3 after the padding to push a little bit these. Okay, so you see we have you can see that this person and Morrison has 2 appointments. This one and then the 3 days ago. One is pending, one is approved. Now you can't just go into any of these ones. Okay, if he just is Queen, Queen has only one appointment 13 days ago. So you can't just view appointments the way he wants. You can see even a Winter Baker, of which I didn't know. He has 2 appointments and they are all pending. So if he taps into this, I should just go into another layout, I guess. So let's just wait and see. So you can see now goes into a this, and you can right away update this. You can see it as pending state. So this is another nice view of having the patients, having the patients on. You can see the patients, you can literally create a new patient. There's a new user, a new patient. Let me just click that. I don't know where it is even. I think like under patients or views or whatever. There is a page. I really hate errors. They're just freaking me out. This is appointments. I just want patience. I don't know where I can find the patience. Where can I find the patience? Patience here. Maybe end a page. We have this red. I really don't like red flags in my application, to be sincere. And here on this, we are missing a title. So you just say title, and this is going to be appointment. Okay, and then we have now one error. I don't know, have no idea of how we are going to fix this. Like we are passing the appointment. If you look at it, it says ID assignment plus blah blah date this. Okay, saying this and find. It's not saying I would type and type that this was say date on undefined instance of enable. So we have undefined, which we should just remove actually. So on the detail, you can just remove undefined. It's going to be, oh, wait a second. Details, doctor details, we are passing appointment. Apparently, the appointment in the doctor detail, it has appointment plus null. So where is undefined coming from? Do we have undefined somewhere? I guess maybe it is the null, because if you look at this can return also a null and undefined. So we could sort just like I go and go to this and there is, since you're just doing as, I'm just going to say as, okay, as maybe as appointment or something. I'm just going to say as appointment, just like this, and where are we getting this doctor? Still we have this. Okay. Okay, so we could just like say, so whatever is coming is coming. I don't know, we could just do it, I think, from here. Let me just see. You just say as appointment, as appointment. Oh, so we just like do that, but the problem is that it might just be null. So we could just give it this we give here or null, maybe. but you can see. Mm, I'm not sure where is it even located. Where is it located? Yeah, here. As appointment, I think we just say as appointment owner. Hmm. So just like could just take you just give it some stuff here, and this is going to work. Okay. Yeah. So far so good. We have done this. I thought I couldn't do it. I was not feeling really fine, but I'm so grateful that we have done the patients. We have also updated the patients a form when they are filling out. They have some details, so now it's good. So thank you so much for watching this episode. I will see you in the next one.